Welcome to the Press for Conversation podcast. I'm your host, Mr. Layback Corey. I got a special guest in today. She's a hot artist from Saginaw, Michigan. She got an album out called Late Night, and she got a special single on there called Stimulated. It's a hot record. It's all over platforms. Let's give it up for Bekah Baby. What's up?
What's going on? Happy to be here.
So tell us more about the Stimulated record before we get into it.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite ones off of Late Night, the new album. I just put a video out to it about 2 weeks ago. I just really love the song. It's a good vibe. It has a good bounce to it. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, you got more than the bounce. But for the people out there that's watching this podcast show, let's get into this great song. Y'all ready? Here it go. Man, that is crazy.
Thank you.
What made you come up with that song?
Funny story, I actually wrote a completely different song on a totally different beat.
Oh,
and
wow.
I ended up using that beat for a different song with a feature on this album. And so I was like, I still want to talk about this topic. So I found a new beat and rewrote the song, and it came out that way.
Wow. So how was you feeling at the time? Was you super horny, super freaky at the time?
I guess for the whole album I was, because that's what the whole thing's about. Late night bedroom music, freak music.
The freak, yeah. I heard a couple of records on. I'm like, whoa.
Yep.
How long you been in music?
I've been doing music seriously since about 2016.
Oh, that's cool.
My whole life though, but seriously as an artist, 2016.
Now, I see you stay in Saginaw.
I'm from there, but I live down here in Oak Park.
Oh, okay. But I also read that you once moved to Atlanta as well.
Yep, I've lived a couple places. I lived in Korea. I taught English there, and then I moved to Atlanta, taught special education there, and that's where I started music. Right,
because I was gonna get into that. You got 2 degrees, one in education and one in mental health.
You're right. Okay, you do your homework.
So I also read that. How was that in doing music? How was you able to balance that out? Or you waited until you got done with that, then did music?
Yeah, I didn't take anything seriously till I was graduating with my master's. The last year of my master's, I started to realize I could do both.
Oh, wow. And you know how to play 2 instruments, the piano and the organ.
I do.
I'm like,
yep, classically trained. I started that when I was about 7 years old.
Wow. So when you're in the bedroom getting it on with somebody, do you have somebody in there at the same time playing the piano and the organ at the same time?
No, I might have to try it. Not yet.
You might hit the wrong note, be like, oh, wrong note.
To be continued on that one.
So tell us about this song, Sex High.
Sex High. I love that song. It's probably my top single from the album. I wrote that with Mac Jovi. He's an artist from Saginaw, and that's where I record half my music. Half of it's down here, half of it's up there. We wrote that song together actually, and then I just love it. I love the falsetto in it and stuff like that. And then I ended up doing a video with 2 dancers from Detroit
Yeah,
for that one.
I seen that. And also, Mac Jovi, I see y'all also got a song called Deeper.
Yep,
too.
he's on that, and he's also on Interlude. That's on this album.
Interlude and Deeper. Like, I see you got a whole lot of big freaking you. I see there. This album.
I had to go a different way this album. Had to.
Well, what's the album gonna be after this? Get the hell on.
I was working on a heartbreak one. That's probably what happens next in my life. So no, I'm just kidding. I was working on a heartbreak album, but it's taking a little different spin. So it's probably just gonna be like a combination.
So this late night album, are you thinking about somebody special in particular when you wrote to the album, like in a freakier way? Are you thinking about somebody you deal with?
Yeah,
person?
I am.
Okay.
Most of my music is real life.
Wow, wow. But overall, the songs in there is great. I got a chance to listen to them. And
What's your favorite?
The Stimulate.
Okay.
Stimulated. I listen to that like all the time, and I listen to Sex High. I listened to Sex High a couple of times, and I'm like, I just like the fact that you stick with the concept, the content. You didn't say late night, and then you went off of shoot people up and shit like that. You kept it on it's late night. That's what happened at late night. Some people be banging, drinking and banging and doing all that. You kept it. The story was the storyline, and that's what I like about it. So tell us, how do you feel about today's music?
I like it. I like today's music. It's hype. It's nothing that I do. I'm not really a today's music type of person. But I like to listen to it. I like to have fun, party to it. It's not something I listen to when I'm like by myself, though.
Oh, that's cool. What gets you in the mood to perform music and to write music?
A good drive, a little weed, that type of stuff. That's my vibe. I just like to chill.
So you a little bit of Hennessy as well?
Yeah, I do. I like dark liquor.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't know.
Honestly, like also just hanging out with I hang out, like my best friends are musicians. I hang out in the studio, like Arcade Studio down here. Eastside Arcade's on my album, actually on all my projects. But I just like to hang out at the studio and vibe, and you never know what you're gonna like come up with.
So who would you want to work with and why?
I want to work with some females. I have really not put out a project with any female artist yet. So it's always been like it's either been like R&B male singers or hip hop male artists.
Okay. So do they have to be from here or they can be anywhere?
Anywhere. But what my sights are set on, I want to work with Rocky Bad from here. But I have a lot of people on my list that I want to work with.
What about Nisha Nashay?
Oh, for sure. She's amazing.
Oh yeah. She's
amazing. I feel like we would vibe well together, our music styles.
That's what's up. So being from Saginaw but moving here, how is it living in Saginaw?
It's nice, but it's very like there's not a ton of opportunities to like hang out and have fun. It's just like restaurants or like a bowling alley or a mall that has nothing in it. There's like no options, you know? I didn't really realize the music scene in Saginaw was that big until like this past year when I started working with people from there.
Exactly. Did you perform when you was in Atlanta? Did you get a chance to perform down there?
Nope, I did not. When I was in Atlanta, the way I started was like doing demos for other producers that wanted to like put some music out for other artists, and I was just doing demos. I wasn't an artist at all.
Okay, so are you having plans of going back to Atlanta to perform, or are the
Maybe.
in the studio?
Maybe. I have a studio there. I have a producer I work with there. I don't say no to any opportunities, so we'll see. I'm sure it'll be in the future. What is
either today's music or in the past? What's the best song you ever heard? The best song you ever heard? It's a song no matter how old it is, how many times you play it, it does something to you.
This is probably gonna sound funny, but "Honest" by Future. I love that song like more than anything.
Why Honest?
I love the sound of it. I love the subject. The beat like bangs. It's just good. The hook's great. I love him, so that's the one. Like if I think of just one, that's what I think of.
Mm-hmm. So if you had the opportunity besides him to work with anybody, who would it be?
My favorite artist right now is Young Blue.
Oh yeah.
For like a few years now. I've been following him since he was like not even on the map, and I love his style. I love like crossover, like hip hop R&B crossover artists. So that's my favorite type.
Oh man, that's great. So what's next for Bekah, for the people out? Oh, before you answer that question, excuse me, people that's watching. Tell us about this performance you had Sunday.
Yeah, I just wanted to like. It's been like a year and a half. I've done virtual performances, a lot of them. Before that, I was doing a ton of performances, but it's been like a year and a half since I've performed. So I just wanted to like do something chill, hang out with good people. There's this every other Sunday event. It's called Sound Off Sunday. It's like an open mic, and there's tons of local artists from across the city that like sign up. They usually feature like a local artist for the night too. And it's just good vibes. There's food, there's like vendors there, and it's just all artists and some of their people with them to like listen to others. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. I'll definitely be back.
That's great. That's great. So what's next for Bekah Baby? What's next for you?
I'm working on a couple videos still off this late night album that I want to put out. One for Stay In, one for Freak, and one for SNF. So I'm working on those videos right now. And then I'm going to put out a single and a video for my birthday in September, and then an album shortly after that before the fall.
So what's that song will be called? OnlyFans?
No. What did I call it? Oh my God. I don't know if I'm doing that much freak music on this next one. It's just good vibes. I think we called like Put It in Rotation or something like that. I can't even remember what it's called. Yeah. Hello, Mary Jane talking there.
You a mess. I'm done. I'm done with you.
A good mess.
Yes. Like I said, keep making great music. Keep making good music. And the fact that you're doing it and you being you it's a plus. And that's the reason why I reach out to you, because I'm like, wow, I had to get you on the show because I wanted to see something different. And you coming on the show and telling us about this late night album and everything is different.
I appreciate it.
And it's good to see that that someone from Saginaw, Michigan, that have been, they got their degrees and know how to play more than one instrument. And it's a great thing. It's a great thing because you add on. So tell us about how do you deal with writer's block?
I'm going through it right now.
Oh,
it's
you are?
tough, yeah. I've had like a good month and a half where I haven't written much at all, which is really abnormal for me. I don't really know how to deal with it well, other than like I think I just need to go get some of the unfinished stuff out at the studio. Even like I like to be a perfectionist, so I'm not used to recording music that I don't end up putting out. Maybe
you should write something therapeutic.
Maybe.
I think that'll work. That'll because I think when you get a writer's block, it's mental, and you know about mental health. Mm-hmm. That plays a part because you get scrambled. You're like, I don't have another ideas at the moment, but it's always something.
That's true.
Write about going through writer's block. You never know. You know what I'm saying?
You never know.
So
the crazy thing is, I've been like in contact with so many producers. I have so many beats right now, and I'm just like not satisfied, so I'm not finishing any of them. They're like 3/4 of the way done, like tons of songs. So I just need to get to it.
So what was Bekah Baby doing during the pandemic lockdown?
That's when I've never put in so much work. Like I released 3 albums during the pandemic. I released videos still. I did tons of interviews. I did some performances. I did some voters like things politically, like sang some. I have this Black is Beautiful song that I sang a lot last summer. I like performed that a lot. So I was still working. Really hard, actually. I was able to get more work done during the pandemic than ever.
So music really didn't affect you at all during the pandemic? At
all. Just the only thing was, the one thing I was really disappointed, I got booked for South by Southwest, which is one of the world's largest music festivals, and it was canceled last year, so I was really bummed out about it.
Well, you got more festivals coming up.
Yep, that's true. Lot to look forward to.
They might ask you perform that song "Stimulated" at the Jazz Festival.
They might. Well, it might be a little freaky for the public.
No, man. You already put it out to the public, so it ain't too freaky enough, So it's already out in the public. So
that's true.
It's past that. So you just gotta keep striving. Just keep striving. And I want to thank you for coming on today. I really want to thank you. I really want to thank you for coming by and able to share this music with us. So, have you ever thought about? I see you like to take like modeling pictures. Have you thought about modeling as well?
Absolutely not.
Not really.
No, I'm awkward.
Oh, it's awkward. So for the people out there, who is Bekah Baby? Explain to us.
I'm just like a normal person who works super hard and enjoys life, enjoys my family and friends. I love to travel. I love culture. I love food. I love learning languages. I love all types of people. Traveling is like my number one thing, though. That's what I'm most passionate about, like other than music. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm a only child. I have a mom who's up in Saginaw, who I love very much and supports me, and a great team behind me, and that's pretty much it about me. I'm a counselor.
Right. Well, it can't go bad with that. Cannot go bad with that. So, I know you say you're gonna drop a project before your birthday. Mm-hmm. When is your birthday?
September 23rd.
Okay.
So that's the day that the project will drop.
Are you gonna see if you can perform somewhere that day or no?
You know what? I'm trying to have I want to have a big album celebration and invite like other artists to perform in Saginaw in the fall. So that's what I'm planning for right now. I just want to have I'll showcase some of my music, but I just want to hang out with like all my supporters and like have a platform for other artists there to like have a good night, like put on a show, that kind of thing. So that's probably my next like big thing I'm planning right now.
Okay. I see. Do you think you got a strong support system now than you ever had?
I do. Yeah.
Okay.
I wish some of my immediate like really good friends would jump on a little bit more. But the crazy thing is I have a huge fan base and a huge support system like in Saginaw and Detroit and Cleveland and Boston, a bunch of places that even people I've never met before. And that's what I count my blessings there.
That's great. That's great. So how many hours do you spend in the studio?
I'm in the studio like Friday through Sunday. I work Monday through Thursday, and then sometimes at night. Those nights I'm in the studio, but other than that, Friday through Sunday is music every week. Right.
So that lets us know now you got a 9 to 5, but you got a 6 to 3 as well. Mm-hmm. That's what you call a hard worker. Mm-hmm. Right? So do you got videos out like behind the scenes or videos, clips of you in the studio?
I do. Yep.
On the process?
Yep. I like to do behind the scenes. I think people enjoy seeing that stuff nowadays, like the work that goes into it, not just the final project. So I try to do like behind the scenes. I try to do like, I post a lot of my friends and people have clothing lines and stuff like that. So I do that type of promotions. I do my own promotions, my videos, I do like live performances sometimes that I'll post, like just in the studio, live studio performances, all kinds of things like that.
Okay, for the people out there that's watching this Press for Conversation podcast episode, can you give us the information, the materials can you provide us with it for the people out there that didn't want to get in touch or find Bekah Baby? Where can we do so? Yep,
you can. Every single platform I have is Bekah Baby Music, BEKAH Baby Music. So Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, my YouTube channel is the same. I have a website, bekahbabymusic.com. Everything is under that name. And all my streaming platforms, you can find me at Bekah Baby on everything.
All right. Thank you for coming in. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming to this is the Press for Conversation podcast. Man, I'm studying my words because I'm happy she's here. I can talk about some great music. It's your host, Mr. Layback Corey. Thank y'all for tuning in to the Press for Conversation podcast. Peace.